Well, hello there. I thought I'd show you around a little bit in my garden and show you some things about the tomato plants. My tomato plants are a very interesting breed. They are rogue. They're rogue tomato plants. They come up volunteer every year, and I'll show you how they do that. Now check out these plants. These are my tomato plants. All these right here, my wonderful, beautiful tomato plants, just pruned. These right here are more tomato plants. We love tomatoes. These are more tomato plants. All these right here. The only ones I planted from seed this year are these guys right here. These are Romas. These are cherry tomatoes. However, they are, I plant them deep when I first started with them, and the tomatoes were coming out to be about this big around. Nice big fat cherry tomatoes that look more like Romas. And now they are always coming out that big. So once again, here's my cherries. And I have zucchini. The zucchini, I kind of made a mistake this year, hoping that they'd trail, but they're not going to trail. So they're going to trail out. So I have to take this down and let them trail out. But I do have zucchini coming in. I have lots of zucchini coming in. And I even have some, there's a zucchini right there. I pulled one yesterday. I am cutting their leaves back. So look at the zucchini down there. I'm cutting their leaves back. First year I've ever done that, but I need to because there's just no room for them. And then here's my cucumber. Here's my cucumber. There's more cucumber. These are my peppers. The sun has just really popped this year, or right now, this week. So hopefully the peppers will really take off. And then over here, I have my oregano, thyme, some other herbs over there. I plan on drying and making some herbs. I'm going to plant some more stuff right here. That's my eggplant. I'm super excited about my eggplant this year. I have not yet had my eggplant grow. So they're growing pretty good here. These are our beans. And these, they're trailing up. We should be getting some beans here pretty soon. These are what we call the pole beans. And then I love planting flowers in the midst of it. Oh, sorry little bees. Look at this, check this out. I am so excited. This is my little bean or bowl of water for the bees so they can get a drink of water. See, there's one getting a drink right now. Look at him. There's a couple of them over here. I kind of scared them off. There he goes. Aww. Aww. It works. It just makes me happy when it works. So going back to the tomatoes over here, we have the white flowers. They smell so good. It's my cherry tree. Oh, let me take it back out again. There's Coley. Hello, Coley. Come out to visit. These are my green onions. I'm going to start plucking a few of these. But I just trimmed these guys. I'm going to show you how I trim them. Back behind them are sweet peas. And then here's my cilantro. I keep cutting them back because they're bolting. So let me show you. I'm going to show you how I trim them over here. These ones, these are rogue as well. So check out these right here. These are rogue tomatoes. They all just kind of come up, and I'll move them around. This is a tomato, another tomato, but they come up, and I move them to where I want them to go, and then I trim them as I go. So let me get out my trimmers here. These are my little trimmers. I'm going to show you how I trim them because a lot of people, and I did the same thing for a long time, just let them grow, and then usually when it's time to start harvesting tomatoes, I will find trails and trails of limbs where there's absolutely no tomatoes on them. And I'll tell you why. So if you notice, I'm going to show you this one right back here. You notice this guy right here. So you see how he's got this one limb coming down right here? That is a beginning limb. This limb will not grow any tomatoes on it. It goes down in order to grab nutrients for the plant to bring them up. Same with this one here. This will not grow any. This little guy right here, you see that? And you see this one here? Coley, get out of the way. Coley, get out of the way. So you have to go in and cut this guy off. And you have to cut this one off, so that these guys can come out. This one here, same thing. You got to cut them off so that the ones that are going to grow tomatoes are going to grow. Now, my shadow's kind of in the way here, and I don't want it to be in the way. So if you notice, like right here, see, that's got the one coming down and then the one growing up. This right here, I got to cut that out of there. Because see how what's happening with those leaves? It is no longer grabbing nutrients because it made room for this guy. So same thing with this one here. That one's got to go. You see what I'm saying here? So this one here is growing. This one's going to bring me cherry tomatoes. Same with these up here. And this one here. See how this one over here on this side? If you can see that, this guy right here, we have a little baby growing in. That's the one that's going to bring us cherries. This one here is not. See how its leaves are already starting to die off? So we want to get rid of that. We're going to cut that one off. And then, what have we got going on down here? Those all look good. This one here, it's got to go. And those look good. We'll cut him off. And I'm going to get rid of this guy right here too. It's okay to cut these back because you want them to give you the tomatoes. So all of these right here, I have not trimmed because I wanted to show you a little bit on how I trim these. Now see how that one back there, that one's actually going to give me more tomatoes than this one here. So I need to trim these back. So let me get over here on this side, see if I can show you a little more. How about, let's do this guy right here. This one here. So this one here, see how it's got the one that's coming straight out? This one right here is coming straight out. This one up here was the baby. So this one here is going to give me cherry tomatoes. This one here is not. So I'm going to cut them off. Are you kind of following? So out of every stem, there's two. Like this one right here. Can you see that? This one here is coming out and going down. He's getting the nutrients, where this one here is the one that's going to actually give me the fruit. So I'm going to cut him off. He doesn't need to be there anymore. Here's another one. See his little baby right there? And then this one right here, let's get rid of him. So I would come out here and I would literally find trails and trails and trails of tomato vines that had absolutely no tomatoes on them. And the reason being, see, this is what I want. This one, this baby, see if you can see them. See that baby and that baby, and then this baby right here. Those are gonna give me tomatoes. So, moving on a little bit, this is a whole new plant right here. That's a different plant. So I could go through and do this with all of them. Like this one here's gotta go. – 'Go. 'You'll see how that one right there? That's going to go. See what I mean? He's bringing me the cherry tomatoes, whereas this one here needs to go. It's gonna save me a whole lot of work. See how this guy right here, and I'm leaving the little baby behind. That is what's going to give me my cherry tomatoes. And I'm not too worried about these plants here because these are all gonna get plucked up because we're getting ready to do some work over here in this area, and those are gonna get in the way. So we're gonna get rid of those. But all my cherry tomatoes that I have over there, we are going to make some fun stuff this season. Last season I made some